some housekeeping here. Welcome to the Magenta Show. And I am absolutely honored to have Lorree Appleby as our special guest today. Welcome to the show, Laura.
Thank you so much.
Lorree.
Yes, thank you so much, Moira, for having me. I'm excited.
Oh, excellent. So, audience, you know how this works. You've got to pick number 1, number 2, or number 3. And whichever number you are drawn to today, at the end of the show, we're going to reveal a little color card for you and give you a guided message for the week. How does that sound?
Amazing.
Yeah, all right. And Lorree's actually picked one as well, so you might have picked our guest's pick of the week as well. So please put it in the comments box, 1, 2, or 3. Now, as you know, a show like this doesn't work without your help. If you like what you are hearing and seeing, and you're inspired by the colors and inspired by our guest and their messages, then please share it, all right? And not just today, throughout the week. Go back every now and again to the show. We really would appreciate it if you would continue to share it on your timelines and in groups so we can get the message out there, all right? It's a community. It's a spiritual community that comes together, and if we support each other in this way, we get the good stuff out there. There's not bad news out there, right?
That's right.
That's how it works, right? All right, so Dwayne Richard actually
Yes.
said, I needed to meet you because you have just done something radically different with your life, which is quite funny because I believe you are a radical living coach.
I am.
What is a radical living coach?
So radical living, I'm a master coach, and what that is I was studied under Colin Tipping, and he created radical forgiveness over 20 years ago, and it grew and grew into radical empowerment, radical manifestation, radical transformation, which is about how we can relate and help the world. So radical living encompasses all of those 4 areas, and I'm a coach that it literally changed my life.
So do you live radically?
Yes, I do. I question the norm. I take risks and I follow my heart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, before the show, we were chatting a little bit about when you woke up, when you kind of woke up to something more spiritual with you, and you told me it was because it happened when your grandma passed away.
Yeah, it was already starting, but that was really the catalyst that set me in the direction to just speak to God, Spirit, and say, okay, I surrender. Use me. I'm here for service. Point me in the direction. I'm gonna follow.
Wow.
And that's how it started.
Do you know, the reason I bring it up, because that's kind of what woke me up, was my grandma passed away. And then suddenly she started appearing at the end of my bed and saying to me, come on, girl, you've got work to do. And I thought, well, first of all, you don't speak English, you're Afrikaans. And then why are you speaking English to me? And by the way, you're dead, and why can I see you? But I wasn't spooked by the process. I realized that and I know now, years later, when I watch it happen with my clients, it blows that lid off the crown chakra. It's almost like I say, you put a telephone pole or a connection back up to God, and you can actually have a conversation. Yeah. So what are the kind of conversations you have with God?
Every day, if I have a lot of worry. So my past was, I lived in worry, I lived in fear. So I often hand my worries over to God, because it just relieves me of it. It'll cycle through your head over and over again, and you're just going in this vicious loop, and you're not getting anywhere. So often I will ask for guidance. I will hand over my worries, and I trust that it's all unfolding exactly as it's meant to be, even though it doesn't seem like it at that time. That's really the key. Is it can seem like the darkest moment, but everything is happening behind the scenes, and I've learned to trust that, and it always shows up, and I can see that after things.
So when God talks back to you, how does it land in your space? Because I know a lot of people watching this have this conversation with me with the show regularly, and they see numbers, they see sequences of numbers all the time.
I see it. Yeah. I see numbers every day, all the time. It happens probably 5.
It's like you get haunted by numbers.
Pretty much, yeah. And a lot with nature. Nature is just animals, birds. I just get signs, even through other people, just things that people will say, or even when you go on Facebook, something will show up and it's just the thing that I was thinking about or I was talking about, and it'll come to me in different forms, but the same message. So I know that Spirit's speaking to me when it comes from different places, but it's all the same message.
Fabulous. Now, Lorree's created a brand new product. So to help us in the spiritual community have a tool to understand what it is God's trying to tell us. What is our angels, our guides, what's the universe actually trying to tell us? And, I've created the Color Mirrors Oracle cards. Melissa Jolly created the Color Mirror system. We know of so many oracle decks and systems out there that we can use as a symbolic language to let us know what God's trying to say to us. So you really took it a step further. So would you please introduce your latest project to our audience and to me? I'm so keen.
So this is Soul Adventure game.
Yeah.
Journey to the Real Me.
Wow.
And this game was divinely created. It was really just me asking, how can I make this emotional healing easier for people? How can I make it fun? How can I make it not such a scary thing to go into those uncharted territories that we resist so often? And I noticed it because that was what was happening to me. As things would show up, it was you had to have a lot of courage to take that step to look deeper within yourself. To peel back those layers, right? And I just kept asking, and I met a game developer, and I knew that I had to explore.
A game developer.
Yes.
Most people meet publishers. You met a game developer.
Yes, I know. Well, I asked for it, and it came. Yeah. So she's a lovely woman in the States, and she's I've been working with her to develop the game, and I'm so grateful for her. Her name's Jean Berry, and she's created her own game for business owners to help them to tap into their intuition, to follow their divine guidance, to help make shifts.
And to have a tool to get a message out there, a message of hope and healing.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic. This is awesome, guys. So can I play this game?
Yes,
because she told me to get a pen ready. So I'm going to have this game so we can show you exactly how it works.
Yes.
And by the way, I just have to tell you, your colors are fantastic. You've got the violet here, which is all the spiritual healing, and then the turquoise blue colors are all about healing the emotions. So you've got your colors spot on. I'm really impressed. It's got a nice energetic feel to it as well.
Thank you. Thank
you. I want to know what's inside. You guys want to know what's inside? Come on now. Right, I have pen. What do I do?
Okay. So
playtime.
It comes with a booklet.
Okay.
That gives you instructions, sets your intentions, and you have 3 decks of cards.
All right. I'll get some elastic off for you there. All right. So you even the elastic is colored, guys. I love it. Wow.
And then you have a journal card.
A journal card, okay.
So ideally this game is played once a day, but you can play it more often. There's many ways to play this game, but I'm just going to give you the traditional way that I've been sharing with people. So I say just be in your quiet place. So if it's with your morning tea or coffee, when you're just quietly, reflecting and having your time, that's when is the best time to play the game. So what you do is you pull a card from each deck, and then you're going to fill it in on that journal card. Okay. So I would shuffle them and then pull the card that's calling for you.
This is the compass card. So I'm busy shuffling a compass being card.
Right. So these are all states of being, right? So things like joy and playful and confidence.
Okay, and then this one.
And then these are the chakra locator cards.
The chakra locator card.
Yes. Nice. So these are all the different parts of ourselves, all the different me's. So you're going to get a card with a me on it, whatever me it is. And then the adventure.
This is the adventure energy card. Oh, these feel so nice. I love your designs on here.
Thank you.
Beautiful images on the cover.
Yeah. So these are the adventure energy. They're all verbs. They're all action based, because if we don't take action, we don't have any adventure in our life, right?
Ooh, I love it. Mm-hmm. Love it. Okay, so now what's next? I've fully my journal card
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today's date's the 20th of
August.
getting a pen to write. 20 August 2018. I am. Fill in from the compass card, it says.
So you're going to flip your compass card over. I am love. Beautiful.
My favorite affirmation.
We always get the cards we need, as I'm sure you know this, Moira.
It says, I am love. My heart adores unconditionally. I am love.
Excellent.
And the next one, fill in from the chakra card. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, so the chakra locator card is emotional me. Emotional me. And this is chakra number 2, so that would be the sacral, right?
Yeah, and I can read to you what, so we have all the definitions of the chakras, these are the highest forms. So the emotional me says, you feel your feelings and they move through your body and release.
Of course they do.
That's right. That's the intention, right?
That's the intention. I love it. Okay.
Yeah. And
therefore I am, and fill in the adventure card. Is that right?
That's right.
Adventure energy card. Take action. Ooh, I'm a bit scared of this one. What action
They're
are you
all
going to make
good.
me take? Oh, yay.
Loving. Oh, wow. I love it. So you got a double love.
Yeah.
So now what you have is you have an incomplete sentence. So this isn't a sentence that your brain can answer. This is a sentence that your intuition, your soul's wisdom is going to give you the end of your sentence. So what I ask people to do is to take a nice breath, say this incomplete sentence out loud, and listen for the end of your sentence.
Okay. I am love with my emotional me, therefore I am loving and give freely. That's what's come to me.
Beautiful. I'm loving and give freely.
So I'll put that in, right? Is that
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So sometimes people hear words, sometimes people see images. It depends how you receive your intuitive messages, right?
Yeah.
So
I
whatever
felt this
pops
was
in,
words.
right?
Yeah.
So whatever pops in is initially right away is the end of it.
Wow.
So now this is your mantra for today. So you can reflect on this, you can meditate on it, you can journal on it.
I want to say it again because I love it.
Please do.
I am love with my emotional me, therefore I am loving and give freely. Oh, I love it.
Awesome.
And it says here key actions for the day.
Right. So now your intuition, this is where we get divinely guided. So we ask our intuition, what key action or actions can I take towards this mantra today? So you can just check in and take a breath and ask that question and hear what comes up.
I want to give something away.
So that could be your action, to give something away.
Okay.
If that's what showed up for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So write that down then. And I must say, while you're writing that down, these action steps, they're not shoulds, they're get-tos. So if it feels good and the opportunity shows up, we do them. If we don't, we might do it tomorrow, we might do it on the weekend. The seed has been planted, the intention has been set because you've written it down. That's the most important part. So it's not about, oh, I didn't do my action, now there's something bad's going to happen. It's nothing like that. This is spirit is working through the game, through the cards, through you to prompt you to take inspired action.
I like that because in my head, I'm so ADD. When I don't take action straight away, I forget, and I can really become quite procrastinating in that area. So my immediate thought was, I want to give something away, and I look around me and I've got books and products and I've got courses and I've got things I can give away, and I'm thinking, hold on a minute, if you really wait to be shown what it is and to whom you are meant to be giving something away, it means you're letting God lead you.
Yes.
So I'm liking how this has
Getting
caused me
chills.
to pause and not just go into my ADD overactive, take action now before anything else. Just I love this. I love this.
Awesome.
I've
you.
paused. So I am going to wait to see how I'm guided to give something away to someone. It will come. And when it happens, I'm going to put it in the show's comments feeds.
Awesome.
So we'll have something to look forward to this week to see what happens and who's going to get what.
Awesome.
Oh,
that's good.
Because I assume it's business, but it could be personal.
Yeah, you don't know.
You don't know.
Just be open and it'll come. Yeah.
Oh, I love. Where can people get hold of you? Where can they find out more about you, Lorree, and this wonderful spiritual game?
Yeah. So I'm on social media, Lorree Appleby, and also have a website, ourpurposefuljourney.com.
Ourpurposefuljourney.com. I'm sure our producer Michael has put it up on screen so people can see it. Good.
Yeah. So you can purchase the game there, and also, right now I'm just finishing up a pilot of the game, and I'm having amazing results. So what I am going to be doing with my pilot players, we're getting close to that, is to decode what their themes are. So that's where we can take this game. So that's where we can take this game a little bit deeper. Is that every day when we pull our cards, we tick off what cards we pull. So that way we can see the areas that we're pulling the most cards in. So maybe we're pulling a lot of sacral chakra cards. Yeah. So then there's an opportunity to balance our cards, to balance our sacral chakra. Or maybe we're pulling a lot of the healing energy cards, which is the one you pulled, the loving card. And then we can, go deeper. So this is really a personal development tool that I work with when we work with my clients. I do work with them to help them to narrow in on what areas.
Definitely builds, and I get this a lot with the cards I've done, or even the color bottles. There's this continual keep picking the same card and going, what's this all about? Because the universe is trying to tell you something. There's a theme here that you might not be paying attention to. Michael, I don't know, have you been able to see the tally card? Have you got it shown people? That's fabulous, because now that I've picked under the adventure card loving, I would now tick next to the loving box.
Yes.
And then if it comes up again and again, it's teaching me something.
That's right.
Oh,
so every 44 days,
Yeah.
we decode our theme. So if you flip the page a couple more, you'll see where we tally. That's where we tally the chakra cards.
Chakra cards.
So here we tally what our cards are.
For 1 to 44 days.
And then we see what cards came up the most.
Wow.
And then we ask ourselves some deeper questions. So this is where I will be providing online resources and supporting people. The book tells you how to do it. But I'm also going to be providing some extra support to help people with decoding what their themes are, and then if they want to go deeper, then there's opportunity there for them to do that if they choose.
Fantastic! I love it.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow. Wow, sir, guys, can you believe it? A soul adventure game. Isn't that just extraordinary? I absolutely love this.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
So this is your card to keep. You pull that off, and you can, like I said, journal, reflect, meditate on it. Keep it with you for the day. See what you're inspired to give away freely.
Well, I have no idea. I'm honestly going to just let the universe keep that open and let it come.
That's
and not take control and think about what it is I can do.
If it doesn't come today, it might come tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, when it does, I'm going to put it on our comments feed box.
I can't wait to find out.
Okay, guys, if you love this idea of creating a game that helps your soul to awaken, to help you nourish yourself, your body, your mind, your spirit, please just put your comments in there. If you're interested in meeting this person who helps you develop the game, please put your comments in, because Lorree will, after the show, go and check all the comments and have a chat with people and engage with them. So if you have a spiritual game burning inside of you that you thought, oh, maybe it's not worth anything, please do it.
Yes.
There is something else I wanted to mention, is that you did the artwork on all these cards.
I did.
And it's really, really beautiful. What made you do your own art?
Well, it was quite interesting. I didn't realize this was going to happen when I said yes to making the game. But initially I had asked for a quote from a graphic artist to create the artwork and to design everything for me, and it was out of my price range. So I just heard this voice: you need to do the artwork yourself. So my past is that I didn't believe that I was really creative. I didn't believe that I could do that. But I thought, okay, I need to put my energy into this game. So I did. I worked with a coach who helped me just do a bit of healing from my past, from my childhood. And then I was able to just do a whole bunch of artwork. I gave it all to my graphic designer, and then she put it together and, made it look prettier. So
Wow.
that's how I came to it. But it was very, very healing for me. I struggled with it a little bit. That's always something that happens when you're healing. But I feel so good now because it really healed something and proved to myself that I am creative. I can express myself through different types of things like artwork and game creation and that kind of thing.
So what does hubby think about all this? Because yeah,
He's
he's a newfie.
amazing.
He's a newfie, isn't it? I know what a newfie is. They're from special people from Newfoundland.
They are. My husband is amazing. He has his heart on his sleeve. He loves it. He calls himself my business partner. He loves what I'm doing. Sometimes he'll pull the cards. I'll pull them for him, and we'll have a little chat about it. But he's all on board, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to all the husbands who support us out there. We love you.
Yes.
Excellent. So, my darling, wow. Okay. What can I do to help you? What can I do that we can allow the colors to talk to you through the color mirror system?
Yeah.
Is there a question, something
Yes.
you'd like to chat about?
There is, yes. So so I've, like I said, I'm doing the pilot and I'm having incredible results. People are having, huge shifts and realizations. And I already have some people asking me about sharing this game with their clients because I have quite a few coaches who are playing the game in the pilot. So I was planning on doing a facilitation program next year, but I'm bumping it up to this year because I see the need for it, and I really want to get the game out into as many hands as I can because I see how 10 minutes a day of consistent play, of taking that time for yourself and tuning in, and empowers people so much, and it really shifts them on their own. And I do believe we all have our answers within us, so I want to get it out to as many people as I can. So creating the facilitation program where coaches are going to be facilitating the game and sharing the game for other people and doing coaching with my clients around this game. Just wanted to, anything you can share to point me in the direction, what I need to know, what will help. Would be amazing.
We can do that.
Yeah.
All right, let's clear the table. All right, let's have a little look. So Lorree is asking the question that is to define or add anything she might have missed or anything that will be of support to her to get this fabulous game out into the world, and to help with the facilitation project as well, to get other coaches to take it out into the world. Because I always say the best way to get your message out globally is to duplicate yourself.
Right.
Is you've got to create more me's
Yes,
to
exactly.
take the message out into the world.
That's right, yeah.
So I'm going to ask you to be swiveling your chair around, Lorree, and you're going to be looking at all the bottles all around you. It could be the ones on the side, the thin little bottles that are the essences, or it could be the bath therapy ones, the dual colors. And whichever one you're drawn to, I want you to pick one that says, this is you. I am this. Lorree is this. So we're going to start with just having a look at where you're at right now. If you had to say there's a bottle that says this is who you are, which one would it be?
This is not easy. There's a few. I think I'll put this one.
Fabulous. And then I'd like you to go back and look again, and I want you to pick a bottle that says that this is your soul adventure game. It's your new project, your business. What would you say it is? Okay. And then I'd like you to pick a third bottle for me that says what you, almost like what's the gateway? What is it that you need to do with this business to create that gateway energy, to open it up to the world? Ooh, nice one. For those of you who know color mirrors, you know these bottles really, really well.
I don't.
All right. So the first one was the one that says, this is who you are. This is who Lorree is. And it's the C7, and it's magenta on top and violet at the bottom, and it's the healer's bottle. This is one that says, I am a healer. First and foremost, this is who I am. And of course, C is the chakra bottle. 7 is the 7th chakra, which is the crown. So right now, where you're at right now and what you identify yourself with is coming from a spiritual foundation. And you're very clear about it. And you've come out the spiritual closet and let everybody know this. I mean, you're live on air now. She's spiritual.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Anybody who didn't know that, you now know that. This goes on your timeline, so everybody now knows she's spiritual.
I think they already know, but anyone that didn't know.
She's out the closet.
That's right.
And this just says that everything that you do from this point on is got to be done because you're guided spiritually. God's guiding you for where you need to go. So that is beautiful. I love that then 13 represents the actual game, the soul adventure game. 13 is about transformation. And so what this project is about, it's about transformation. And it's about transforming people's lives, transforming their mind, transforming their emotions. But this is also a bottle, for those of you who like astrology, this is also a bottle that links to Pluto. And Pluto is that planetoid that sits at the nether regions of our solar system. So this is saying that what you're putting into action here with this business, with this game, is making sure people go really, really deep. They'll go to the ends of the universe to find out what is the emotional trauma, what is the block, what is it that they need to be healing in themselves so that they can move forward. Does that make sense, Lorree? So I mean, very much what this has done for me today is it brought up without it even being visible in the cards, it's brought up stop controlling, stop trying to make things happen. So the result of this, that's what I mean by deeper transformation. Yes. It wasn't just I am love with my emotional me, therefore I'm loving and give freely, and then key actions, give something away. It wasn't just that. It was I try and control all the time. I'm trying to control who and what and how it should happen. Pull back. So there was this deeper transformation that happened with the game you're playing. Does that make sense?
It does, absolutely.
All right, so that's really great.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. The gateway is G15, and it's Satori. Now, you know something about Satori, I believe. I had a look at your website here.
I do.
Tell me about Satori.
So Colin Tipping, who's the creator of Radical Forgiveness, created a game, and it's called Satori. And you play the game, and it's a healing game, and it takes you through the radical forgiveness process. And I'm a game master for that game.
Wow.
So
very. I'm just moving your bottles closer so the audience can see what we've got here. Is that good, Michael, on camera? Can they see? He's going, Right. So G15, G stands for Gaia. And in the color mirror system, we have bottles that are numbered 1 to 36, and then we have a G1 to G36. The G bottles is about a higher frequency. It's about an ascended human being. And the G15 very clearly says we're ascending with our bodies. To get to higher realms of consciousness, we always had to die. We had to leave our body and then do it in the ethers. Yes. What we're experimenting with now, I mean, just because we're weird humans, we want to do this. What would it be like to raise the frequency in our physical bodies, to almost ascend with our bodies, to reach higher realms of consciousness? Something apparently we've never done before, and this is all pretty new. So the G15 is that solid gold on top, and it's magenta at the bottom. So what the gateway for you to move forward, yes, I agree with you, it must be the duplication of you creating facilitation programs, creating platforms, but you need to make sure that you earn lots of money with this project as well. Value it very carefully, make sure it's one of a kind, make sure that there's a strong value attached to it, put a really good price out there, don't give it away at all, because we tend to, when we're very feely-heely, we tend to give ourselves away. Don't do that, because this is a bottle that gets picked by people that can make millions. I needed to hear that. This is a bottle that gets picked by people that can make millions. And what would you do with the millions being a spiritual person?
Serve.
There we go. Serve even more, serve even higher. And this is something that spiritual people really, really struggle with, myself included. We feel guilty about charging. We feel guilty about taking money. We feel guilty about receiving money. And in fact, what we're doing is doing a world a disservice. We're not servicing at all, because we don't charge appropriately. And if this is your problem, guys, please put it in the comments box. We'll come back and chat to you a bit more about it. We don't charge enough, and therefore we don't have the resources to do the things we want to do. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right. So what I've got here is, please open up to setting a really good value system out there. Work with business coaches. I believe you've got some coaches helping you to set a good market related price, but also related to the fact that this is a brand new invention. Give it the value it deserves. Use that money to come back into the business, create stronger foundations and better technical support, so that the facilitators you bring on board really feel supported. All right, and it takes money. We know, websites, platforms, with technology, with anything, it takes money to bring it to build those, to build that. Does that make sense?
It does.
It makes sense. Okay. Now, if you did that, what's going to happen to the business? Pick a bottle.
Pick another one. Okay.
If you open it up in this Satori gateway, if you opened up to it becoming famous, to it becoming, to earn you good solid income, what's going to happen to this business? Kind of doing a little prediction for the future. G24. Wow. And that one is, I'm going to just lift it up so hopefully the camera can see it. I don't know if the camera can see it clearly. I'm going to just rearrange. I don't normally rearrange my bottles for clients, but I want to just, if I can, I'm going to move this one, Michael, so that we can see. Let them just have a look at that one. It is copper at the bottom and coral at the top. And I'm trying to get your shape right here. The 24 is the number of becoming wealthy, being spiritual. Again. But it's about balance. It's about finding balance between love, money, and magic. The copper at the bottom is about keeping your feet on the ground, and the coral on top relates to Jupiter, the biggest planet of them all, great expansion. So this is about feeling really supported by the earth to expand as much, as fast, and in however way you want to do it, and being supported. The earth has got your back. I have a sense with you that there was these lifetimes where you came to the planet and you did this whole service work, and it didn't quite work out. And kind of the contract, I think, this time around is saying to the universe, I will do it, but you better have my back. And I will do what you ask of me, but you better have my back. It just feels, that's why I think you had to have, first part of your life had to be so, in the material world, and then you dipped into the entrepreneurial world. Now you're fully into the spiritual world, and now you're going to do this Magenta journey where you're going to bring the two worlds together. But there's nothing stopping you. There isn't. I honestly think the universe has just got your back. The earth has got you. It's holding you. It's the copper underneath holding you.
It does feel like that.
Everything coming into alignment and integrating and coming together for you. I don't think there's anything, and nothing here says there's anything stopping this from being a success.
Beautiful.
You're on track.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I don't think so. That's pretty good.
Okay. Would you like to pick one that is just generally related to the kind of people that you're going to pull into your business, the facilitators? Who are they? Let's have a little side glance into that.
This one just caught my eye.
24.
Oh.
I'm going to see if I can lift the camera up here. So bear with me while I do just a slight technical thing here.
That's a good
just
spot.
So that they can just see the. Don't mind if I'm covered by camera. I really just want the audience to see this little array that you've got going. It's great that the camera's in. I can actually play with it. So this is 24 and that's G24. So we're sitting here with magenta and olive green. So you're going to draw people to you that are interested in making money doing what they love. the coaches who are definitely here of service. But I think because you have this magenta here, you're going to draw people that are spiritually awakened and interested in this work as a spiritual tool. But I also think you're going to draw people from the red world, because red and violet make magenta, from the red world, who are business coaches looking for a way into personal development that goes deeper than what they normally do. Yes. So I think you're positioning yourself on a magenta ray with this business, so that you can draw both in to become coaches. So I want to say to you to keep an open mind, because the olive green, you're offering them a new opportunity, a new beginning in their businesses. Does that make sense? Yeah. They can, so that they can fulfill a calling, that they're missing something. They're missing a tool. They're missing that. How do I communicate with my clients to give them the personal or spiritual development they need, but I don't know the steps to take. You with your soul adventure game, going to give them that step-by-step process that's going to help them enhance their businesses. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so
sounds great.
If you are coaches out there and you are looking to help your clients become more soul aware, grow themselves from a personal level, more personal development, and heal some of the blocks or the issues they have, so they can be more successful at whatever they come to you for, and you need a step-by-step guide, you do need to contact Lorree, and you need to get her. Honestly, you really need to hear and what she has and learn this game, because I think it's going to give them those layers to work through. Yes. And it's so simple. You've seen it happen right here. If you've only tuned in now, go back to the beginning of the show and watch, because I played the game. It really, really works.
Thank you.
Can you arrange this in a pattern or a shape for me, please, Lorree? I've messed with it, and I want to make sure that it's you own the shape at the end and the way it's laid out.
I don't know what kind of shape that is, but
it's kind of round but more oval. It's kind of more like an egg shape.
Yeah.
And to me, whenever an egg shape comes in, I like to look at the incubation time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 months from now, I think you're going to know exactly. It's almost like your ducks will be in a row in 5 months' time. You're going to know exactly where you are, what needs to happen. You're going to have delivery of your cards. You're going to have the production is going to happen, everything. And so you just have this 5-month period of tidying everything up, completing the pilot program, making notes, creating your programs. And I think it's just going to blossom for you after then. Awesome. Is that okay?
That's amazing.
That's okay. Excellent.
Thank you.
All right, we have to go and tell the audience now what their color pick for the week is. Right, so those of you who've picked number 1, if you pick number 1, you have picked our producer Michael's pick of the week today, and just Copper Gaia. You pick Copper Gaia. There we go. And camera won't pick it up, but I'll pop it there for you. And this says that the earth is home, and the Copper Gaia card, for those of you who picked number 1, this week I want you to do something that celebrates your connection to this planet. I want you to go walk in the woods. I want you to go dig in the garden. I want you to go swim in the waters. Anything that says you're a part of this planet. If you've been stuck indoors like poor old Michael has for the last week, just doing technology and accounts, go out into nature. Go and really feel the earth and connect to the earth and honor her in some way. All right, so that's message
beautiful
number 1. Those of you who picked number 2, you have got Lorree's pick, and your pick, my darling, was gold metal elemental, the alchemist. The alchemist, which is really great, because I think where you are with your business right now, you're definitely in this phase of being an alchemist and spiritual transformational work going on. So for those of you who picked number 2, my darlings, this is a week where I want you to connect to an alchemist energy within you. So if you're like Lorree, if you're midway through a project and you're getting ready to launch something big, or you're still thinking about doing a project, you can call on a being that's deep inside of you. It's like a golden being, and speak to this energy inside of you and say, guide me, show me, how do I turn situations around? How do I turn blocks and resistances around? And you speak to that inner being and say, show me a way forward. Okay? If you're still caught in a really dark place, this is also a being. The alchemist is an energy that will help you to see that light at the end of the tunnel. It will help you to just understand that if you're in a dark place right now, you're actually not in a bad place. You're in a place of learning. And what is it that you're learning? You might not be aware of what the learning is and what you're going to get out of it, but the alchemist will begin to make sense of it for you. I'm literally actually asking people to be a bit schizophrenic, talk to something in your head, but honestly, it's a being, it's an aspect of us. This alchemist is a being, and it also has a voice, and if you speak to it, it will communicate to you.
Nice.
All right. So just introduce you to a new guide, your inner alchemist.
Thank
that one?
I do. Love it.
Excellent. We actually have that one in a bottle here, metal earth. Oh, here it is here.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it smells like when we spray this metal elemental. Just have a little go in your hands there. It's almost metallic, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Gold alchemist. Because you can do alchemy when you're spiritually aligned and connected, which you very clearly with your C7 bottle show. You're spiritually connected, so you can really do some serious alchemy work now.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, those of you who picked number 3, your card is the one I picked for the week, which is Gold Angel, Expansion and Visibility. Isn't that gorgeous?
Beautiful.
There's an artist called Hetty Simon in South Africa. She did the artwork on these cards. Shout out to Hetty. Nice. And if you are, and it's called Expansion and Visibility. Okay, so those of you who picked number 3 with me, expansion and visibility this week, you've got to make yourself more visible. You have got to think about ways to make your business bigger. I'm actually busy doing that right now, and that's why Michael has not been going outside playing and getting some earth energy like we said on his first card. I'm looking at it at changing my business. I'm looking at shutting some things down, and I'm looking at what works and expanding on that. So have a look, do an assessment this week, guys, and if you need any help, contact me. Even Lorree would be useful. I'm sure you would help out if they asked, right?
Absolutely.
What can you focus on and hone in on that you can say, this is my mojo, this is the thing I'm really good at, and expand that, focus only on that, and let everything else rest for the week, okay? So I really want you to think about the way forward, okay? Think, during the day we do so many things that we just do like a treadmill.
Yes.
And we don't spend time focusing on where we want to take things.
That's
So
right.
I think that's a gold card. Got two gold cards in copper for the week. So it's a very grounding week and an expansion week coming up for us. So those are the cards.
Nice.
Lorree, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
I hope this has been useful.
Been amazing.
Yeah.
Love it.
Honestly, guys, you've got to meet her. She's got the most incredible energy. I've just loved having you here and speaking. She's not going home. She thinks she's going home today. I'm just going to keep her around for a couple of hours. We're going to play some more games.
Sounds good.
We're going to get Michael to
I'm all
put the
about
kettle on.
Sounds good.
Thank you again.
Thank you. It was
I hope
great.
it was good.
It was amazing. I love it. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you next week. Remember, share.
Yes, please. Thanks. Awesome.